What's up, everybody? Welcome to AEW Uncensored Podcast. I'm here with my man, Alan. We are the Beast from the East, Nolan Hash, and of course, the Bridge and Tunnel Connect. Listen, Alan, you haven't been here, and it's been we missed a week, so I'm all off kilter here. Plus, we're doing something new. We're going directly to Facebook now and YouTube, so we're in the middle of figuring this all out on the fly. So, okay. Your look makes me have to want to start this over. So, what's up, everybody? Welcome to AEW Uncensored. I'm here with my man, Alan. We are...
Jesus Christ, I'm gone for 2 weeks, and this motherfucker doesn't remember the spiel. I remember the goddamn spiel.
All right. We are the Bridge and Tunnel Connect, Nolan Hash, and we are the Beast from the East. With the least research.
And the least prep work. Happy Father's Day, #1 to everybody out there. Alan's a little busy, so I'm going to eat up a little time here. Alan's getting our links out there. So Alan was a little surprised by our new setup. Uh-oh. Warner's telling me no audio. Do you hear audio now? Oh, shit, really?
Oh, he hears us now. Oh, because I had it on mute, Warner, he is Big Dub. He is taking over for you with the air conditioning and fan setup.
Thanks,
but what's up, John? John says off the rails early today. Yeah. So anyway, happy Father's Day, everybody. All the fathers out there. Thank you, Warner, for hooking Big Dub. Fucking looking at his Facebook. Thanks, Big Dub, for pushing me to do this Facebook thing, even though it drove Alan crazy.
Oh, it's your fault.
I'm kidding. To find out at the last second that we are now doing this, you would think the world ended. Apologies for last week. Couldn't make it. Alan wasn't going to be on the show anyway. I was going to be with one of the guys that usually help me out. So, the thing was my best friend's father passed away late, last week. And, I kind of found out late Friday that the wake was going to be Sunday. So for me, instead of to change the day and do it a different day or a different time, you say, you know what? Unfortunately, it was not good timing. I do the technical side, so even if Alan was here, he couldn't have did the show. So technically, I just thought it was best to just skip the show and come back this week. And Alan's back in half force. We'll say half force because he'll explain. But so that's basically why we didn't do the show last week. I apologize. We will brush past some of the stuff that happened on the show the week prior, just for you guys that want to hear our take. I didn't do an in-depth dive. I'm sure Alan didn't. Just a couple quick notes. Some stuff that interests me or didn't interest me or that I had issue with or really liked. So I'm sure Alan is the same scenario, if at all. Because like I said, we were busy trying to figure this Facebook/YouTube setup out all at once. So what's up, Alan? Let it go. Let's go. What do you got? You got a couple little notes about yourself.
Yeah. So
spit it out.
Starting with July 4th, I am going to be off every other Sunday. So my participation is essentially going to be bi-weekly. Most of the reason for that is I'm prepping to make the move back to Burbank at the end of August, so I need as much time as I can to handle some things with family and some other personal shit on the side and such. Once I'm actually back in Burbank, then it's going to be kind of a wait-and-see approach to see if I'll continue bi-weekly or not, because my professional life is going to get a little more interesting when I'm back out west, and that does include weekends. So we're going to see how things go. But for the time being, the bi-weekly is just going to be through the end of August. So I'm here next week. So I'll be here 2 weeks in a row, but then I'll be out the 4th in the following week, rinse and repeat.
All right. So Big Dub, Simon, Jimmy. that's shout out to you guys. We might need you to join me.
Yeah, and I do want to say also, thanks to those who have been stepping in while I've been away. I really do appreciate it. I know Simon, Big Dub have been doing a lot, Jimmy as well. So much appreciated to you guys. I do want to give a shout out to say thank you for stepping in when I couldn't.
John, yeah, you know what, man, you're right. John said in the chat here, he said just a quick message on the Facebook page would be helpful if anything happens again where you can't do the show. 100%. I just, that was my fault for being a slacker there. You're right. I could have just dropped it on the Facebook page. My apologies. That would have at least got to those who follow us through the Facebook page. So, yeah. So that's pretty much it. Man, this show's starting off. We're pretty weird. I guess when you do something new for the first day, it's always going to be a little strange, right? So, anyway, it was fun. So, let's do some miscellaneous. I only got one item miscellaneous aside from your announcement there. Do you have any other miscellaneous?
I
don't. Okay. The only thing I don't know what Simon's talking about. Something super sub. He's a super subscriber. For my miscellaneous, I'm noticing this could be nothing at all, but this is something that I would actually wouldn't mind. But it looks like Dark Order, like each guy's getting a TNT title shot. I don't know if like that kind of clicked with you or you recognized that. I wonder if eventually Silver's gonna come back and be the guy to win the title in memory of Brodie Lee. You know what I mean? I'm wondering. It's kind of something I had a thought on after watching Uno's match with Miro. Just a thought, just something to maybe throw out there. So.
Yeah, well, if not Silver, then maybe it might even be a surprise. Maybe it's somebody else who joins the Dark Order and wins it. I mean, obviously it won't be as memorable if it's not somebody who was originally connected to the Dark Order when Brodie was there. But I'm also wondering if that's what's going to happen. If maybe it's going to be somebody, it could be Hangman Page who's going to officially join, or it could be somebody else, and then they end up taking it. But no, I do see I did see the pattern happening there.
Yeah. And apologies again. Alan is doing this in a separate room today. Usually he's out in a different room. So he has a fan on because they do not want to spend on AC.
Well, no, it's more than that. It has nothing to do with that. It's a whole other issue. But yeah.
All right. I got to bust your balls.
So I told Bill, I'm fine saying this. I told Bill part of my Father's Day gift to my father was not doing the show in the room where he can hear it because it drives him freaking nuts. So I'm doing it here this week for that reason. But yeah. So
he's got the fan on. So everybody finally watching us for the first time on Facebook, it's not usually this loud when Alan talks. So just so you know.
Well, I am very loud, but yeah.
It's not gonna be an audiophile's dream. I could tell you that.
I should say one more thing actually. So when I'm back in California, there's also the possibility that I'm going to get blacked out because they're already threatening to black everybody out in there. When it gets hot, because California sucks. Sorry, West Coasters. I live there, and it sucks. And they're going to be blacking us out, apparently, starting sometime in the summer. I already got a thing from Burbank Water and Power kind of very nicely saying, yeah, go and expect this. So it's like, there may be times where I'm scheduled to do the show, and I will simply have no internet. So we'll see what happens.
That's wonderful. Gotta love the government.
But it'll be better than here. Like the reception will be better than here. I think everything, I'll hopefully be hardwired, so it'll hopefully be better.
All right. So, you know what? Simon brought up a good point. Khan basically announced that they're having a show in New York at the tennis stadium.
That's right.
I forget what the fuck.
That's the one across from City Field, right?
Yeah,
I forgot the name.
It's in Queens.
Yeah, it's where they had the U.S. Open and such, and I always forget it. It's right across from City Field.
Yeah. And this building is a 20K capacity, so as Simon says, if they could get a 15 plus capacity, I mean, they're stupid to just not come to this area more often, the tri-state area. I think they're doing way too much. I spoke about it last time we were on. Way too much in Chicago.
Yeah.
It's like you're just repeating constantly. You're going to Chicago for everything. I get it. It's Tony Khan's hometown. I get it. You did the first show there, All Out, but it's almost like, okay, there's other parts of the country, and you're gonna miss out on a lot of money if you're not pursuing those and just keep hitting the same goddamn area constantly.
Now, you and I haven't discussed this. Are you going to go to that show in September?
No, it's too tight with work. It's a Wednesday, so by the time I get out of work, come home, clean up, get going, driving into the city on rush hour, bro, come on.
Yeah.
You're fucking out of your mind. I probably wouldn't even make it to Newark, which is 40 minutes from me. And,
right.
I still probably wouldn't even do the show at the Prudential Center when they do that. I believe they're doing Prudential Center at the same time frame as they are doing the New York show.
It's a mini tour, basically. It's going to be in the area.
Right. So, all right, let's move on to Dynamite from not this past week, the week prior. Okay, couple things. Do you have any? All right, I'll give you my first note I have. Brock Anderson debut. So this is Arn Anderson's son. First time he's out there. People were online clowning his attire, basically saying he looked like a gym teacher, whatever. Did you motherfuckers ever see Arn Anderson? I mean, he was always out there with a polo, some pants on. Like, he basically looked like a little Arn Anderson. You know what I'm saying? Like, a little skinnier than Arn was, but I mean, basically, he looked like fucking Arn Anderson.
Yeah, it's spitting image.
Simon, I can't book the day off work, bro. I have my own business. If I don't work, I don't get money. So, if you pay me that day's salary, I'll fucking book the day off. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I thought it was a little, like, people are fucking idiots. You know what I'm saying? They just had, I don't know. Oh, he looked like a gym. Like, of course. Like, come on, man. Do a little. I get these little fucking young boys don't know shit about fucking pro wrestling for real.
They don't. They don't know the old.
They only care about flips and no psychology, no story. They just like, just stop, man. Go learn something about wrestling. Maybe then wrestling will get back to what it was. So during this, QT comes out, basically saying he pinned Cody alone, which is what we talked about. After Ogogo knocked him out, and he made that whole, like, I did it myself. Mm-hmm. So he challenges Cody to the strap match. Cody scurries QT away, and then he turns back, and they have their back turned. So then QT attacks Arn with his belt. Brock then tackles QT and starts beating him down. So we get a little action from Brock right there. I believe my notes are a little fucking confusing to myself, let alone everybody else listening. But that's the basic gist of it. Just an introduction to Brock. Introduction to the strap match. And that's what I got there. Did you have any info or anything here?
My only note was his debut, which I thought was great. Right. I think he looks great. He really does look like he's the spitting image of Arn in many ways, and I like that. And I am always happy when I'm seeing second generation, third generation wrestlers. And it's even better when they show up and their parents are still, like, actually in the company that they're in. And that can only be nothing but good for him, certainly for his development. And then hopefully also certainly for what the company might do for him. So yeah, I think we'll hopefully be seeing some very good things from him.
Yeah. Warner says he looked 45 years old. Yeah.
I mean, Arn looked 45 when he was 25. It's like
basically. I mean, some apple people don't fall far from the tree.
Yeah, no, some guys, they do have that older. Look at freaking Flair. Flair always looked like an old man, and part of that has to do with the platinum hair, of course. But if you look at Flair in the 70s and even the early 80s, he looks a hell of a lot older than he was. Hogan has always looked old. It's just his look. It's his facial structure. It's his hair. A lot of guys back in the day, they had that old look, and but I like it because it gives him that rugged competitiveness. Like, I like the fact that he looks a little bit older and he looks chiseled and he looks battle worn. It's a good look. And he goes to the name. His name is Brock. Like, you think Brock Lesnar, but just Brock is such a powerful name. You know, it's good. I like the look.
Simon says it pisses me off when second gen wrestlers get a shot at the top and doesn't do any indie shows, etc. first. It is what it is, man. What do you expect? I'm not. What do you, I don't know. For me, it's just life, you know. All right. So the next thing I have is the conspiracy video for Omega and Callis that they're presenting, and it's it says at the end, it says video by Michael Kurosawa. Now, this was hilarious to me because obviously they're playing off Michael Nakazawa, and obviously Kurosawa, who's like a legendary film producer.
I studied his films in one of my college courses. Actually, we had a class just devoted to his films.
Right. So I like that little play there, and of course the video's all bullshit doctored. Like they're cheering Don, and you know they're cheering Kenny, and you know it was just funny. I liked it. I really thought that really worked. You know, it played well. It played well. Like you kind of they said, oh, we're gonna show you the video. You didn't really know what they were gonna do, but when I saw it, I really liked it.
Yeah.
You know, they fucking, you know, dubbing over whatever. The next thing I had from this was the Pinnacle promo. Each guy had their time on the mic, and they really all fucking killed it. I thought they really all did extremely well. What was the fucking oh man, who said he had the one. I can't remember who said it because my notes have the wrong name here. When he said Sammy has the mic skills of Helen Keller.
Oh shit.
I don't remember who it was, but
I'm trying to remember who said that too, but I do remember the line. That's pretty fucked up. It's easily one of the most fucked up lines I've ever heard in a wrestling promo.
I thought that was the fucking funniest shit ever, dude. Like, cause you know, because we've been saying it. Sammy just really doesn't. He's not really cutting good promos,
no.
You know. So,
he used to look like that he had potential with it, and then he just went off the rails.
Yeah. So I thought that was funny. I can't remember who it was, but like I said, every guy here had a killer promo. Anything for you on this?
No, I mean my overall thing, honestly, with the Pinnacle is, and don't get me wrong, I'm entertained by the story. I kind of want to see them move on to something else. Like the whole Pinnacle Inner Circle thing, it's fine, it's entertaining. And I get, you know, promos like this are obviously going to last a while. There's a lot of story to tell, but I kind of want to see them move on to something else at this point than Inner Circle. I mean, we could talk about that a little bit more when we get to last week's show, because there was something that happened in last week's show that I actually liked quite a bit, that I thought had potential for something, and we'll see if you felt the same way. But this it's starting to get a little old for me now, just the two of them. Yeah, they had the first match, they had the second match. Inner Circle still together, they won. I kind of feel like that should have been them winning the feud at this point, but maybe they feel like there has to be one more blow off. Maybe there's got to be like one more match to do like a 2 out of 3 before they finally have a blow up and move on to other things.
Right.
I don't know if you feel the same way or not.
All right. Yeah, I mean, it's getting old. You kind of want to see these guys move on from each other, but there's a couple things that we'll get to that I want to see from these two groups. Next up, I had Darby. Darby basically said he's not going to replace Sting. He's going to go at it alone in a handicap match. Sting relents. This little segment, I really felt the emotion there. It felt real, and I loved it. I really felt it. You know what I mean? I felt like, damn, these guys like really put on a good show.
Did.
And made you like kind of like feel it. You know, so I like that. We get a nice little tribute and promo with Uno for Brodie. That was nice to see. Next up, we had the Miro versus Uno match. I like the match. I love the emotion of it. The Dark Order coming out and so to support and cheer on Uno. Uno got some good offense in, did his little thing, foot stomps on the hands. I love that shit. So that was cool. I really like that. Uh, Next thing I had, did you have anything on that match, the promo
Well,
or anything?
with Miro, I mean, Miro right now is exactly where I wanted him to be when he first came into the company. He's a monster. They are booking him like a monster. I do like the idea of him like maybe mowing through the entire Dark Order until we get to somebody who maybe does then take the belt off of him. But
Right.
they're doing a very good job with him. And frankly, right now, of everybody in this company, I am most invested in and impressed by Miro, because I feel like that there is a
Okay.
lot that they could do with him. I like the fact that he has the TNT title, and I think he's a gold mine if they play it right. So
Right, he's got a lot of good upside.
yeah, so that like of everything in the show, and again, I also didn't take too many notes during the show, but of everything during the show, that was the thing that was my biggest star on my sheet, was that I want to see more from him. I'd love to see him even maybe, if he keeps the title, go after the world title as well. Like I'd like to see him. I don't want to really see Miro necessarily as a face, but to see him maybe as a monster face, to say to Kenny Omega, fuck you, you little prick. I'm going to take your belt, and I'm going to take all your belts. And I'd like to maybe see him as that kind of a character where he maybe does go up to the level of saying that he challenges Omega while still holding that title. I don't know if they would ever, consider that possibility, but I wouldn't mind it.
Yep. Now, next up, you had Omega and Callis promo. I love the whole thing that they did with that, and I have no specific notes on it. I don't know if you do. All right, that's all I had for the previous Dynamite that we missed a show on. What do you have specifically that I didn't touch on from this show yourself?
So I have a question about Nyla Rose. Are they now booking her as a face? It's hard to tell. And it's not just because she's going after Britt, because, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe Layla Hirsch is a heel, right? She's not a heel? Okay, so they're still having Nyla Rose faces, but she's going after Britt. So I guess I'm a little...
It's like a heel. It's like a heel.
I guess so. I guess so. Because I thought that might be intriguing if they decide to try to play Nyla as a face and to see how that would go. Because you can really... Yeah. There's only so far they're going to go with having Britt get nasty as far as Nyla Rose goes. But I almost would want to see how that would play out if Nyla does become a face, and then you could turn that into a very interesting thing with her and Britt. I'm not so invested if it's heel versus heel. That's the problem. I feel like it's one of the few things I agree on with Cornette. I don't like face versus face or heel versus heel. It's very difficult to then get invested with one side or the other. You know what I mean? And when Nyla did the whole thing flipping the burgers, I was actually intrigued by that. I'm like, oh, okay, so they're going in this direction. They're going to have her, go against Britt, and maybe she's going to become a face. But I can't tell. I couldn't tell from this match, and then I couldn't tell after that if that's where they're going. But maybe you're right. Maybe they're just doing heel versus heel.
Yeah, it's I'm not a big fan of it. I mean, there's so many different directions. It's just literally Britt, Nyla, Shida, like, open it up. There's so many different directions you could go. You go from Nyla to Shida, Nyla and Shida to Shida and Britt, to Britt and Nyla again. It's like, obviously you have what's her name, Thunder Rosa as well in the mix, but you got Penelope, you've got Chris Statlander, you've got the Bunny. So just, I don't know. I just think, like, fucking mix it up, So,
but that's all I've got as far as
Big Dub says, I thought the fans turned Britt face at Double or Nothing. Man, yes, but she's not a face. She's not playing the face. She might be fan favorite in terms of that, but she's not playing the face.
Yeah.
So, Simon says, I think the shows are a bit lackluster at the moment. 100% agree. Likely due to having 4 specials on tour during July. I think the shows are very lackluster, to be honest with you. They've been basic. They're not bad, but they've just been basic. Nothing special about them. So, I again, as far as the Brit thing, I just think there's so many different opportunities there that they're misusing.
Sure.
Oh, Simon said.
I'm sorry. I was going to say this is going to excite Big Dub. Guess what's for dinner?
Oh shit! Here we go.
Ziti al forno.
All right.
I'm going to seal the Ziti chance.
ZD. Just Big Dub, you almost put too many exclamation points and got all your shit banned.
Yeah, that's right.
That's funny. Yeah, I fucking had an angle to go on here and I completely just like flew away out of my head. Speaking of the women here, I don't know. I think I said something in the chat. Let me see if I can go back. Let me see if I can go back and salvage it. Oh, I want to shit on you know, Cody and Brandy a little bit. I should have did this earlier, but since we're getting close to transitioning to this week's show, you know, Moxley and Renee had their kid like a few days ago, you know, and of course Brandy, not to be outdone, was like, "Fuck this shit. We got to be the center of attention. We got to push this kid out."
I felt the exact same thing. Like I could see Brandy sitting at home, and basically she's like, "Cody, break my water."
Yeah, just fucking pop that shit. Let's go. You know, Cody was like, "Listen, hun, you gotta get this baby out. We gotta take the shine away from Renee and Mox." So I thought that was something I had a joke about here, because I thought that was pretty ironic that a couple days later, of course, that who better than the Cody and Brandy show fucking to take the shine.
I love it.
Simon says, "What the fuck is ZD? You don't know what ZD is, bro? Get on our level, bro."
Oh, yo.
Fucking Brit.
So Simon also says here, Julia Hart for Ultimate Face Champion. So have you been following Julia Hart at all?
No,
she's mostly on Dark Elevation.
Right.
She's been on, well, she was on Dynamite this past week, actually, against Penelope.
She looked good.
I was going to say, she started out really, really slow, but she's been improving quite a bit. She's not related to the Harts. I know people have asked that before. She has no relation to Brett or to the Hart family. That's just her name. And she's basically starting out as the original Alexa Bliss character, just a cheerleader, and she's with the Blondes. But no, she looks pretty good. I mean, she needs a shitload of seasoning, but I think she's got potential.
Yeah, she looked pretty good in her match. We'll get to that.
But I've been following her on Dark Elevation as well, and she's actually won a couple matches. So they gave her a little bit of a winning streak until this past week, but yeah.
Right. Yeah, you know what? There's Forbes. You saw this Forbes picture with all the AEW people. They did that Forbes interview. Of course, they had to have Brandy in there with the fucking pregnant belly. Like, they had to have, of all the people, they had to have Brandy in that picture. It's like, I'm just praying that Brandy just becomes a stay-at-home mom, which we all know is not going to happen. But I don't know. Simon goes, ZD hasn't got to the UK yet. Bro, ZD has been around.
Dude, there's no pasta in the UK. I had pasta when I was in Cambridge and London. There's pasta. It's a tube. It's the tube pasta. It's got holes at the end. It's a tube. You can actually blow a whistle through it.
It's got holes in it. You can blow
a whistle through it, yeah.
Oh, my God. Please. Oh, Jesus Christ. How do you not know ZD, bro? So, where was I? Oh, he threw me off with that.
Oh, no, about Brandy. No, see what's going to happen? Like, Brandy probably is going to basically say, keep everything on Britt, keep the title on Britt until I can come back, and I want to take the title off Britt. And I tell you what, if she...
As soon as I lose this baby weight...
If that happens, like if they give her the title off Britt, it's like, yeah, I'm shutting off the TV. I'm not turning it on again. No way.
Dude, I really hope she becomes a stay-at-home mom. I really do.
All
right, what else do you have from that
That's
week?
it.
That week's episode. Nothing
no,
else?
I mean, again, just to echo what you were saying, and what now finally Simon is saying. I've been saying this for weeks. It's like, yeah, it is a lackluster show. I am finding I'm very interested in Miro. Miro right now is who I'm interested in the most of everybody on the show. I'm interested in what they're doing with a little bit of the developmental talent, like Julia Hart and a couple others. But other than that, it's very eh. It's not must-see TV right now, unfortunately. And I don't know if that's going to change anytime soon. I don't think the slot's throwing them off. I think they were like this also. They were on Wednesdays. Now, next week, I think they're on Saturday, right? Next week's Friday, it's Saturday. And then after that, it's back to Wednesdays. So we'll see how it goes.
Fucking
30th, yeah.
I got to be honest. I was thinking about this the other day. I think this is going to hurt them in the long run. A full month on Friday nights. I agree. Number one, they should, while you're on Friday night, you should at least try to compete with SmackDown, regardless if you lose viewers, because you're losing them anyway. Yep. And I think you lost the casual that you had. They probably are like, this is done. There's no more AEW, unless during the commercials or the NBA they mentioned it, which I don't know. Hopefully they did, but I just feel like they really lost a little bit of a step here. And coming back to Wednesdays, I don't know if they're going to be at 9 to 1 million plus. You know what I mean? I really don't. Well, I think they might be down to when they were competing with NXT.
I think so too, because it's funny what you were just saying. It's like, there was you actually did have fans, legit, not joking, on some of the Facebook groups saying, AEW again?
Everywhere.
And it's like,
don't even get me started on these.
Oh, I know, but that's what I mean.
Do you even watch?
It's like, do
you even watch the fucking show?
Are you kidding? And it's like some of them were serious. They're like, no, I thought they weren't showing anymore. I'm like, you don't know that they. But again, I do lay part of that on AEW. They did not push enough that for a whole fucking month they're going to be on a different day and time. That's huge.
That should have been announced. That should have been at almost every commercial break mentioned.
Exactly. Because to your point, habits can be easy to break if you're not doing it for a while. If you have guys who are kind of semi-invested who are watching on Wednesdays and they haven't been on Wednesdays for a month, and all of a sudden they come back on Wednesdays and I have something else to do now on Wednesdays. Why do I have to watch again? I'm done. So
they always fail to promote enough. Like I've Dark and Elevate, like this has been a thing we've mentioned many times in the past. So
yeah,
I got to be honest. I mean, I don't know what else to expect.
I guess we'll see when they come back on Wednesdays. It will be very, very interesting to see what the ratings are going to be.
Yeah, it's true. All right, let's move on to the next. This past week's Dynamite. Mm-hmm. So this one opens up pretty interestingly enough with Hager and Wardlow for the MMA fight they're gonna have. All right, I'm a huge MMA fan.
Yeah, so I have questions for you, actually. Yeah, knowing that.
Okay, I'm a huge MMA fan. As an MMA fan, I think they did okay. I'm probably going to get shit on for saying this. Understand where I'm coming from with this, though. I'm coming from this on a standpoint that I know it's a wrestling match in an MMA setting. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going in like this has to be exactly MMA. I understand there has to be a certain deviation from an actual MMA fight. For what they did, though, actually, in my opinion, went off pretty well. Mm-hmm. All right. Obviously, it's not an exact MMA match. I didn't expect it to be an actual MMA match. It's obviously got to be a work. They did a good job working it, I felt. Wardlow did almost fucking... Was it in this match? Okay. It might not be in this match. I thought there was something that might have been another match. My apologies. I'm conflating the two. But it might have. He might have like messed up. I don't know if you remember if he lifted him up for something and almost dropped him. And they they tumbled over. Was that this match? I think that was this match.
Yeah, it looked okay. A little sloppy.
Yeah, but that was like one thing, and the thing, MMA fights don't always look clean. So so again, please, anybody that's an MMA fan, don't fucking inbox me at me. Don't attack me. The reality is, it for what I expected it to be, it was fine. As an MMA fan, I was fine with this. It obviously wasn't a real MMA fight. You know, I knew it wasn't going to be, so that's my expectation. If I went in and go, I hope, I'm an MMA fan and this is going to be a real MMA fight. Like, come on, bro. Like, as a wrestling fan, you should know it's never going to be a fucking real MMA
Right.
fight. So, I was satisfied with it. You know, Hager had to win, obviously, because he is an MMA fighter. So they can't make him look bad or weak. But, you know, it's, again, the faces winning over the heels. You know my feelings on this. Before we get to the end, what was your take? And before we get to the end of what happened here, what was your take and what questions did you really want to ask?
Well, that was going to be my big question is, as an MMA guy, how well did you think this simulated an MMA match? So you answered that.
Yeah, it didn't simulate perfectly well, obviously, but I was okay with how it simulated. Yeah. You know, like I wasn't totally like, fuck this. I was satisfied with the outcome. I watched it with the work aspect in my head.
I did like the overall details. I like that Aubrey was actually dressed in black. She wasn't wearing her typical referee gear.
Yes.
It had the overall cinematography of an MMA match for the most part, from what from the little MMA that I have seen. So I think I liked the overall, visual facsimile of it, at least in terms of how they presented it. It didn't feel like just a regular wrestling match in a cage that was supposed to feel like an MMA fight. So, but yeah, we'll talk about the end.
All right, so at the I just lost my spot looking for something else. Sorry about that. Okay, here we go. Basically at the end, Wardlow and Spears attacked Hager. After the match, I said that before. Okay, I'm just reading my notes backwards here. Wardlow and Spears attacked Hager after the match. Jericho comes out, and of course out comes MJF, attacks Jericho's arm. I feel like this is him getting written off TV for his tour. Probably people keep mentioning he's going on tour. I don't know if he is, but I'm assuming that's where it's going. So easy way to write him off, damage the arm even more. Still not healed. So I thought they did a weak job if they do write him off because he like stomped it once or something. I think you really have to work the arm over and make it look really effective. Why he would be off TV for 6 months or whatever the fuck, or randomly throughout that 6 months. Basically, Malenko comes out to stop MJF. MJF refrains from attacking Malenko, gives the, I don't want to hit him, but turns around and eventually hits him. Bam. Malenko takes the bump. I love seeing it. It puts a lot of heat on MJF. Sure. He wants all that heat because Malenko obviously has Parkinson's. He's an older dude, so that was nice heat. That was a nice bit of heat he got off of that. So what do you got?
To amend one thing you said at the end of the match, Spears and Wardlow attacked Hager. Actually, Hager extended his hand, and Wardlow looked like he was going to take it as a sign of respect, and then Spears jumped in. But if you watched, when Spears jumped in, Wardlow was hesitating at that point. And I found that very interesting. Like, I hope they go somewhere with that. I hope they don't just sweep that under the rug.
Fuck.
What's up?
I was taking notes and I missed it. Because I looked up and they were attacking him.
Yeah.
Fuck. So now I got to go watch that again.
Because I found that very interesting. Again, AEW has the continuity of a single testicled monkey, so who knows if they're going to follow through with it. But I liked the fact that, Wardlow actually looked like he was going to take the hands, showed respect, they had a good fight. And when Spears jumps in, Wardlow doesn't just jump in with him. Wardlow, you could see, is hesitating. I like that. Again, I hope they do something with it, but we'll see. I found that intriguing.
Damn. All right, I missed that. Next up, we had a promo from Kazarian, Kingston, and Penta. After that, we had a promo from Team Taz. Taz calls for Hangman versus Hobbs next week. Then we move on to Sky and Ethan versus Darby in this handicap match. So, thought the match was good. The right outcome happened with Darby losing. Yeah. Darby can't be the ultimate comeback guy all the time. He does his best work selling anyway. So. Even when a loss, Darby's makes himself look great.
And Sting stayed at home.
Right, Sting stayed at home. This is obviously probably going to lead to something, maybe a debut of a new wrestler or something else. You never know. I think it's going to lead to something else. I think it's not going to include Sting again. So that's pretty much where I'm at with that. What do you got?
No, I liked it. Yeah, again, Darby, his best attribute is his selling. So putting him into a handicap match like this was a perfect, it was a perfect showcase of his abilities, really. And it sold the feud well that, okay, he's going to have to even more so now play the Ultimate Comeback Kid.
Mm-hmm. All right, next up we had Orange Cassidy versus Benoni. Not too bad. I wanted to hate the antics of the guys outside and stuff, but I actually like the guys spray tanning Orange Cassidy.
I was going to say,
him a
yeah, it was entertaining. And
yeah, like it worked, Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, not only was it funny what was going on outside, but at the end, you've got, what's his name, holding Benoni, and he's like, no! It's so fucking hysterical. It looked so over dramatic, and they had like the best memes about it on Facebook. It was great.
Did they? I didn't see them. I thought it was funny, them spray tanning him and giving him a makeover there. I thought that was good, but funny in a good way. Like, that's kind of their thing.
Yeah.
They're a little they're like a goofy group of guys that you really can't hate them too much. And Benoni, I felt, sold that orange punch flawlessly.
Yeah, he did.
I thought that was a hell of a sell. I really liked it. I don't know. Sometimes I just like the way people sell things, and I felt like right in that moment he did a great job selling that. I like Benoni, again, you guys know that, but he definitely is a little prodding at times, where he's a little too deliberate, where you see him hesitating on purpose. I think he just needs to learn a little more fluidity, because he's got a great look, and you can see he could wrestle pretty damn good. So.
Yeah.
Next up, we got. Do you have anything for this?
No, just I like the outside antics. I like the post match. The post match had me laughing. Yeah, no, it was entertaining.
Jungle Boy is out there for a promo. Before he even really gets started, you got Kenny and Don interrupt him. So Kenny wants a fight right there. He keeps egging on Jungle Boy on. He says, "I'll give you the first shot," and basically puts his hands behind his back. So I'll give you the first shot. So Jungle Boy's taking his gear off. He's like, all right, we could go. And as he's doing that, Nakazawa attacks him from behind with the laptop. Jungle Boy then gets the upper hand as they're attacking him. Kenny and Don run to the golf cart they pulled up in, right? And this was fucking great, because they both get in this golf cart to take off as Jungle Boy's getting the upper hand. And Nakazawa tries to jump in with them, and Kenny fucking foots him to the face. And
yeah, that was good.
I thought that was so good. That was like you'll shoot your eye out, kid. The Santa Claus to fucking Mikey. Was Mikey?
Yeah,
I forget his name.
I liked it.
So he fucking he basically leaves Jungle Boy. He leaves Nakazawa as fucking fodder for Jungle Boy. So I really dug that. The lamb to slaughter. I thought that was fucking brilliant. Kenny was a little I like the schizo thing Kenny's doing. People are hating on him, but I'm really digging it. I felt he was a little too goofy with the schizo. He puts the goof in it with the schizo. He's either a little goofy, or he's a little aggressive, or he's a little serious. So he's very all over the place. I felt it was just a little too much goofier. Not bad, but just a little tad too much.
Yeah.
So
I feel like, I do feel like he needs a better balance in terms of his persona, because you're right, it does tilt sometimes to being a little bit too goofy, and at other times he's just like somewhere in the middle. But I like the persona for the most part. It just needs to balance it better.
Yeah. Right. Did you have anything specific on this situation?
It got me looking forward to the match. I think that's going to be a very good match. I think Jungle Boy and Omega is going to be.
Yeah, I didn't need anybody to push me in this match, because I love Jungle Boy, and Omega can go like a motherfucker.
Yeah, so hopefully it's going to be really good. Obviously Omega's going to keep the title. There's no real drama there, but it'll be entertaining to see.
Next up, Matt Hardy and crew are in a promo. Christian tries to attack Matt, and boring. That's my notes right there. I have no care about Christian, Matt Hardy, or
You
anybody.
know, I already am bored by Christian, but you're going to have Christian feud with Matt Hardy? Are you serious? It's like...
Hasn't it been done to death?
Not only has it been done to death, but it's like, you're bringing Christian in, give him different fodder. Why are you setting him up with an opponent from 20 years ago, 25 years ago? There's so much more that they can do with him to make him interesting, and they can use him again to put other talent over, but instead we're going to have a Christian feud with Matt Hardy. It's like, what the fuck?
Problem is, he's not going to put too much talent over. He's going to do a lot of taking talent.
Well, there's the problem now.
Taking their shine. Cody. I'll put him over by not fucking beating him quick.
Right.
But I'll still beat him.
Yeah.
So, whatever. Next up, we get the Brock Anderson and Cody versus QT and Aaron Solo. I was really like, okay, I'm a fucking stickler for these hot tags. The Bucks look god awful when they do hot tags, and I rip them every time. A lot of wrestlers look like shit when they're doing hot tags. I was super impressed with Brock's hot tag. Okay? Yeah. Don't people go, oh, Jesus, he's making a big deal about this. I'm sorry, but that's a fucking big piece of fucking the match when it comes to tag matches, is that hot tag. And I would say go back and watch that, and that's how you want a hot tag to happen. He didn't just crawl over and just jump with this burst of energy. He really crawled over until he was able to reach for a tag. And he made it look legitimate. He just made it look legitimate. Yeah. So he looked like he was struggling, a little bit, but he didn't do, again, that fucking stupid, I'm struggling, but I'm going to do this super energy burst and jump and, then you come in hot. No, you struggle. The coming in hot should be the fucking hot part of the hot tag. Not the guy doing the dive to get the tag, then the guy coming in. You know what I'm saying? So, I really loved it. He had that nice labor, like he was laboring a little in the crawl, and he's definitely green in the ring in general, but not bad. It wasn't too bad. And again, that hot tag impressed the fuck out of me.
Yeah, I mean, his skill is green, which makes sense. He's very, very young. He's just starting out, but his technique is on point. And he's obviously learned, from one of the best in terms of how to do that. So his ring presence and his ring personality, I feel, is already perfect. He just has to get, obviously, less green to the ring, which will come with time.
How old is this kid?
Shit, I don't know.
Yeah, me neither.
Again, he looks 45.
Least research. right.
Hold on, I could look up very quickly.
Yeah, while you do that, we go from that match into an Andrade sit down with Jim Ross. I thought Jim Ross should call him Andrade the Idol, which is fucking pretty funny. In my mind, I had this in my mind, like he should call him Andrade the Idol because he's Jim Ross, and that's what Jim Ross does. He does. I could see him trying to go Andrade El Idolo. He'll fucking up like a million times out of a million times. So I really, Simon says 21. Okay, so he's young.
Wow. See, I didn't know he was that young. I thought maybe he might be closer to his mid-20s. It's pretty good.
Yeah. So he does look 45. So I like that when he sits down, he goes, I'm here with Andrade the Idol. So I liked it. Jim Ross actually went with what I thought he should go with. Right. And then, of course, Andrade's like El Idolo. Like, he emphasizes El Idolo, so I kind of like that part too. Andrade looks good, man. I mean, he's always looked good. He looks like $1 million, dude. And he came off very well in this interview. I like that they gave him the talk time. I don't know if WWF really let him get on the mic or not. I mean, you maybe know.
Not much. I mean, a little bit, but because remember, he was mostly paired with what's her face, Zelina Vega. So she did most of the talking for him, but he did do some talking. And he's obviously very, very talented. It would be very interesting to see what happens overall because, you know, he's in a relationship right now with Charlotte Flair. So I really wonder if, you know, if Charlotte ever feels like she's not getting treated the way she needs to get treated. You don't think so? She won't be coming over?
It'll never happen. It'll never happen.
Rick's dead body?
Wow. I think she's a fucking lifelong WWE
She probably
person.
is.
The interesting thing in this promo, one of the most interesting things in this promo is that he said that him and Vicky have a surprise. So, what's the surprise? Could Thea be coming over to AEW and manage him there?
Possibly.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, that's still been unclear about what's happening with her, so. Oh, Simon's saying he made up the age, but Big Dub is saying 20.
Oh, my fucking
God,
God,
Simon.
Yo. Why are you fucking trying? We don't do research as it is, and you finally get some research, and you give us false fucking research? The Sheik tells you to go fuck yourself, Simon. How's that? Big Dub says he's 23, so.
And that would make sense.
That's still he's young. He's young.
That makes
so
more sense considering if he's coming up right now, that's like that's the right age to be coming up in.
Right. I'm wondering what's up with Rick Steiner's son.
Oh yeah.
His name is Bronson.
Yeah.
I believe Bronson Rick Steiner. I know he had to try it with WWF. I wonder if that went well or if they picked him up or not. Because I'd really like to see him in AEW.
Yeah.
You know. All right. Hangman. They do a Hangman promo. He accepts the challenge with Hobbs for next week. He's hanging out with the Dark Order, obviously, and Marvez pushes that he is the number 2 to Omega in the World Championship title hunt, and he pushes that Omega has a match next week, and that heavily factors into Hangman's future. The great part about this is it's again part of the long-term storytelling is Hangman just blows it off. He ignores it. He changes topics fast. And it was a great brush off. It was also some good foreshadowing of what's to come with these two.
Yep.
You know, eventually, I feel like Hangman will be the next world champion.
Yeah. I mean, like I said at the beginning of the show, I would have loved to see like Miro be the guy to maybe be it and then have both titles. But from a storytelling perspective, it probably makes the most sense. It's going to be Hangman for sure.
Well, here's the deal. Now you have heel, face, and then you can push it back to a heel and Miro if that's the direction.
Right, that's true. You got Miro attack Hangman after the match. There, you're right.
Well, no, it's too soon.
Okay.
You can't have Miro attack because he needs time to hold the title. You need the feud that he loses a title needs to come like 8 months, 10 months. Out.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? He's gonna hold the title for a while. He's not gonna just drop the title right away. So you can't put him, right in there. But, I mean, he could attack him any fucking time, 8 months from then or 10 months from then. So, next up, we got Penelope and Julia Hart, who we kind of touched on this earlier. From the parts that I watched, there were some parts I didn't watch. They both looked good. It was a good match. Penelope looked good.
Yeah.
So, impressed with the both of them from everything I've seen. At the end, Miro comes out just to pick a fight. He's basically it looks like he's gonna be fighting Brian Pillman Jr. next for the TNT title because he kind of just went right for him. He said, I'm not gonna let Penelope be out here by herself. Where's my buddy Kip?
Yeah.
So it's just another guy for Miro to beat up.
Sure.
So Miro, they basically turned this into a big melee though, but during this, I don't know if you caught it, but Aubrey almost got her leg crushed awkwardly.
No, I didn't see that.
Oh yeah, go back and watch it, man. Not good. I mean, got to be careful. I know Miro's supposed to be crazy and shit, but Aubrey maybe should stay out of it not out of it obviously, but I just mean find a better way to approach You know,
What did
getting away from these attacks.
Did he step on her leg,
Dude,
or what would he do exactly?
They got all tangled up. She fell. Her leg was in a weird position.
Oh, shit.
And everybody like landed on her leg as she was all in this weird tangled up position.
Oh, shit.
So, not good. I mean, got to be careful. She's probably okay. I haven't seen her hurt anything, but you know, something you gotta be careful about. You know, with these melees, and even Miro needs to, like, I get it, you're psychotic, but you're playing this fucking crazy heel, but yeah, you almost gotta be a little more telegraphic. Yep. I'm rushing them. I don't know. There's so many people in the ring. Nobody's going to hear you.
Yeah.
Let everybody know, like, all right, I'm going to rush in.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't know how they fucking call that in the ring anyway, but what do you got on this match itself?
I mean, the match was great. Like I said, I'm actually pretty impressed by Julia Hart. I mean, speaking of age, she's actually very young. She's only 19. Which is crazy. Yeah, they made that. They mentioned that on Tonight, and they also mentioned it on Dark Elevation. So she's just starting out. And I thought, consider Penelope Ford is becoming a veteran pretty much, and I thought together they had a very good match. So I was impressed by it. And then of course, I like seeing Miro at the end. I'm sorry to hear about what happened to Audrey. I didn't see that, but other than that, I'm. Again, they're using him perfectly. So,
yeah. Big Dub says Rick Steiner's son did sign with WWE.
Oh, good luck.
Boo. Yeah.
They're not going to do anything with him. I mean, that's the problem.
Yeah. Sadly. Next up, we get a Brit promo. Vicky interrupts this, says she and Nyla versus Brit and Rebel. She said Tony Khan gave her the green light for this, and she brought in Andrade. So I guess we're going to have Vicky Guerrero wrestling next week with Nyla Rose.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Vicky,
Brit and Rebel.
Vicky's not been in the ring for a very long time.
Listen, let me just tell you, I'm super not interested.
Yeah,
in
no, me neither. I mean, I'm not either. I guess if anything, I'm interested to see, how much she fucks up or not, but it's not,
I don't know. Who knows where the fuck they're going with
this? Because here's the thing I don't get, all right? Vicky says she's owed a favor, right? If you're owed a favor, fuck everything else and say it's you versus Nyla next week. If you're going to call it a favor, your favor is going to be that you're going to go into the ring with Nyla? It's like...
Well, the only thing I could see is this is how they get Nyla to lose without losing.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So, who the fuck knows? There's a really good video package after this with FTR and Santana and Ortiz leading into their matchup that they're going to have. So I really like this. I like both teams. I thought they both did a great job in this. Whoever put the package together did great. Next up from that, we had Mark Sterling and Jade. They announced a new partnership with the Toronto Four Seasons. So I thought that was kind of funny. It's like, you want to be big time, but your first thing is basically the Toronto Four Seasons. It's not like the Four Seasons overall. It's the Toronto Four Seasons. I did love the discount code is that bitch.
That was funny.
I like that. I got a kick out of that.
So sorry, stupid question for me, and this might sound stupid to you. I know you're a bigger fan. Jade is Canadian?
No, I don't.
Okay, that's the thing. I found that odd. It's like, why the Toronto Four Seasons? Like,
well, the Toronto Four Seasons is random as fuck.
It is.
You know what I mean? Like, I think that's why. I think that's why they did it. You know what I mean? Because he's making her money, but of course, like, he doesn't get like the Marriott as a corporation. He gets, the Toronto Four Seasons. He doesn't get the Four Seasons corporate. He gets the Toronto Four Seasons, as a sponsor.
The only thing I don't like about that is, so they're playing it a little bit for laughs. I feel like with Jade, I don't want to see anything played for laughs because she is a beast. She is an attraction. I want to see everything with Jade be serious.
You're right.
You're
right. No, you're 100% right. And I could, man, I'm trying to think, like, maybe he starts slow and builds up, and that's
maybe
they're kind of giving, like he's doing well for her.
Yeah, like I hope that's not like a comedic backdrop to this whole thing with her.
Right. No, I'm with you. I'm 100% with you. I did. I did love at the end where Sterling tells her to tell us why she's going to continue her win streak, and she says, "Because I'm that bitch." Not because of the catchphrase, like I'm not a big fan of these catchphrases. I don't mind that I'm that bitch. I don't want her to say it after every promo or after every match, but I wouldn't mind her that as a phrase she uses. So I don't mind it, but it's not the catchphrase. It's the delivery of it. I don't know if you watched it all the way, but it was the delivery. It was perfect from the excited, happy heel to the dark killer beneath the surface. Because she was excited, she was getting money, and Mark was working for her and getting her that money, and then she was ending on that high note. But then as she got to the end, because I'm that bitch, and she got that dark side at the end. You know what I mean? So I really felt like she did a great job there. I just liked. I don't know. I just felt that was a really good thing right there. To finish off that promo.
For sure.
It was both sides. It was both. You see the both sides. You see the I'm getting money. I'm happy, but I'm still a monster. But then you break out that monster. You just show that monster at the very end. I'm gonna leave this last one to you. Penta, Kaz, and Kingston versus Matt Jackson and the Good Brothers. I passed the fuck out on this, and I didn't care to go back and watch it again.
So I didn't pass out.
My old ass
I didn't pass out, but I paid very little attention to it because around this time when this match came on, I was wrapping up some more work. So I kind of had it on in the background a little bit peripherally with, like the way I do Dark Elevation and Dark. So I didn't take crazy notes on it, but I looked at a little bit of it. I liked, obviously Don Callis is on commentary, which is cool. He's great for that. I'd like to see more of that, of seeing him on commentary. Overall, decent match. I didn't take any specific notes on it. It was interesting to see, it's Matt Jackson and the Good Brothers, which is an interesting combo. I feel like the Good Brothers do need to get more TV time, in the ring. I want to see more from them because I've always thought they were very talented. They were kind of pushed to the background when they were with AJ Styles back in WWE, but they are pretty good. I liked them in the ring here. Penta, Kazarian, and Eddy are a great team. I don't really have much else to say other than that, though. It was a decent match. Penta, the thing with Penta though is that I would rather see Penta as a heel. That one brief shining moment where he did that, he played the heel to Cody, and then they squashed that, and that was the end of it.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
It's I want to see more of that Penta.
I want that Penta big time. That was fucking amazing.
Yeah. So, but Matt Jackson, the Good Brothers won, which is the way it should have gone for sure. Nick actually showed up at the end. He sprayed Penta in the face with the cold spray, and so it wasn't exactly clean, but and then Anderson got the it was like a super neck breaker on Penta at the end, and that was that. It was an odd main event. It's the fact that both you and I were starting to zonk off by that point. We want to be excited by the main event. I felt like they should have done something different with the order of matches tonight to not have that be the main event. I don't know what else would have necessarily been a better main event. Maybe the Cody Brock Anderson match. I don't know, but that didn't work so much as a main event. I don't think.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, I figured. I guess they thought they had Kingston and the Jackson, one of the Jacksons and Penta. Yeah, I don't know. I just it was just I was tired. I just fucking passed out, and I didn't bother rewinding it. I just was like, fuck it.
And there again is the problem that you have this thing starting at 10 freaking o'clock. It's
right.
You're gonna move it to Friday, at least keep it in the 8 o'clock slot. I'm not exactly sure what's on Fridays at 8 that would have pushed this off. If there's anything they felt it was worth it, but yeah, I think that just kills the show having it on so bloody late, let alone on a Friday.
Probably a fucking movie, knowing TNT. So.
Oh wait, you know what? It was a movie. It was Aquaman. I remember that because I had it on my computer. I logged into AEW, I logged into TNT to just have it ready to go while I was finishing up work. And so I just click on live TV and yeah, Aquaman was on. So come on, you can't show Aquaman at 10 o'clock and have this on in that place. And in fact, that's not the first time that's happened. There have been other times where when it's on at 10 o'clock, it's preceded by a movie. Put the movie on at 10 p.m. Put this on in prime time. Put it on at 8 o'clock. I don't understand that at all. Now that I'm thinking about it. I didn't even think about that until you and I are just talking about it now. It's like, yeah, each time it's come on at 10, it's been preceded by a movie.
Yeah. So Dub says basically Tony Khan has ownership in Toronto Four Seasons. So that makes sense.
So it's not really just funny. It's I guess Tony Khan takes it seriously.
Right. You know, whatever. I mean, you see Big Dub and Covalent TV does their research. We just get it from Big Dub secondhand.
Right.
So thank you.
That's interesting to know because in that case, it may not really just be funny. Maybe Tony Khan considers it serious.
So are you going to be here next week?
Yes. So yeah, like I said, I will be here next week. So that will be the last time I'm here 2 weeks in a row, at least until I come back. And again, when I get back to Cali, we'll have to talk. I got to see what's going on with work. If work is going to have me attending some studio things on the weekends, then I may have to once again I'll try to position that so that it's at least every other week. So we'll figure it out. But
you guys heard it here first. He's weaseling out of the show.
No, I'm not. Not yet, at least.
The slow waning off of the show.
Not yet, at least.
Simon, dust up your microphone because that stupid fucking headphone plugged into your laptop does not work.
Well, either Simon or Dub asked this earlier in the chat, and I am curious myself as well. How are the ratings during the time I was gone?
Our show? I don't know. We didn't do it last week.
Oh, okay.
So.
Oh, you're right. So I really only missed just 1 week then, technically.
We were in the in the podcast ratings though. We've been in the fucking ratings all this whole time, even with the week off. So that's pretty cool.
Good.
I mean, usually we'll drop out by the end of the week, but even with this, listen, we've hit 190 something at one point. But you know, without a show, that's not bad to not have dropped out.
No, that's pretty good.
You know, so it's pretty. I'm pretty excited about that.
Good, awesome. But yes, I'll be here next week.
Dub says Tony doesn't want to do head-to-head with WWE SmackDowns, hence Rampage at 10 p.m. Yeah, I get it, but it's like you're only doing it for a month. That's the whole fucking do
exactly.
It. Just do it.
Like Rampage is different because Rampage is going to be an ongoing show. Right. I understand that he doesn't really have a choice with Rampage, but exactly when it comes to you had it on for the month. And frankly, that would have been a nice way to test the waters because obviously they tested against NXT, but NXT is technically a superior show to SmackDown. I mean, SmackDown's got Roman Reigns. Right now, Roman Reigns, I can't believe I'm saying this, is the biggest name in WWE. But I still don't think their ratings are on fire at all. I think it would have been nice to test. If you're going to test the waters, you tried NXT. You're not going to go up against Raw. Try SmackDown for a month and see what happens. What's the worst that's going to happen? I would say that probably their ratings would have been better at 8 o'clock against SmackDown than they are at 10 o'clock against nothing. That's my belief.
100%. 100%. All right. Big Dub says Bill's looking for a new host, American Idol style. It's coming. I already sense it, guys.
Well, come on. Like I said, I don't know what's gonna happen when I go back out. That's the thing.
He's been wanting out for a fucking half a year now.
Oh, come on, man. Give me a break. I put a lot into this too. You put more. You put most of it into it as far as technical and stuff. But you know,
he does. He shares a lot of links.
Yeah. Share a lot of links and a lot of thoughts.
Oh shit. That's true. The thoughts when I pass out and don't watch the match. Oh shit. I think this was a pretty good success for our first show on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. What do you think?
I don't see
not a ton of Facebook traffic.
Yeah, I don't see much in the way of traffic. But again, it's the first time. I mean, I guess it depends on when we put it up and how quickly people decide to come on over. I mean, I would say for those of you who are watching and listening, even if you're on YouTube, I mean, come over to Facebook too, because I'm wondering if there's If there's comments placed in Facebook as well, does that increase the traffic? Does it put it more up at the forefront, or is it not make a difference? It's the
I don't know, but give us a shout out if you're watching live on
Yeah.
Facebook right now. Say
Say what's up.
You know, we'd like to hear from you. You know, you got something you want to say about the show?
Yeah.
Hey, we're interacting with our people right now on YouTube, so you know, become part of that. So thanks for watching us on Facebook. You know, whoever has, appreciate that. I've seen it's been fluctuating in and out, but thank you for even checking us. So, fucking, that's it for today, I think,
Cool.
man. You know, as always, please like, share, subscribe. I didn't do this at the beginning of the show because I fucked up the intro. But like, share, subscribe. UncensoredAlliance.com. You find everything we do there. We are on Facebook, AEW Uncensored Podcast. Throw that in the search bar, and we have a Facebook page and a Facebook group. Join the group, like the page. Email us, AEWUncensoredPodcast@gmail.com. Join us on Skype, link in the description. That's how you can get on the show live with us. We are on all third-party podcast applications, also Google Podcasts, Deezer, TuneIn, Stitcher, iHeart Radio, and, of course, iTunes. Please write us a review on iTunes. Again, shout out to all the Facebook heads that watched today live. This was our first show that we put up there. Thanks to everybody in the chat, Dub, fucking Simon, John. Love you guys. You guys are, you know, the lifeblood of this show. And we will see you next week.
Yep. Peace.